Written and directed by God, a whimsical divine comedy that falls just short. Written and directed by God, directed by Phoebe George Stonefield, is a film with an intriguing concept. A frustrated filmmaker encounters God, who unexpectedly asks him for help. This fantasy comedy explores existential questions, creative frustrations, and the nature of divine intervention with a gentle tone and a dash of quirk. Despite its engaging idea, however, the film's execution leaves you wanting more. At the heart of the story is Jiho, played earnestly by Saiju Kurup, a struggling director stuck between his failed dreams and personal pressures. Fed up with his stagnant life, he vents his anger at God in a moment of desperation, only to find that God, played with calm charm by Sunny Wayne, actually responds. But this God isn't here to grant wishes or perform miracles. Instead, he has a request of his own, sending Jiho on a journey that's as much internal as it is literal. From the outset, the film presents an engaging setup. What happens when a man of stories meets the supposed creator of all stories? The film attempts to answer this with a blend of humor, sentiment, and philosophy. The road trip that follows becomes a canvas to reflect on choices, regrets, and the meaning of fulfillment, both earthly and spiritual. The performances are one of the film's stronger points. Saiju Kurup portrays Jiho with sincerity, capturing the inner turmoil and reluctant transformation of a man caught between cynicism and hope. Sunny Wayne's portrayal of God is refreshingly understated. He's neither a thunderous deity nor a caricature, but a companion with quiet wisdom. Aparna Das, as Jijo's wife, lends emotional depth to the story, even in limited screen time. Cinematographer Bablu Aju does justice to the film's visual tone, especially during the road trip sequences. There's a certain tranquility in the way Kerala's landscapes are presented, complementing the film's philosophical undertones. San Raman's music adds an emotional layer without overpowering the narrative. His score is subtle, using melody to emphasize moments of revelation or reflection. However, where the film falters is in its writing and pacing. After the promising setup, the screenplay starts to lose steam. The second half becomes too slow, with several scenes stretching far beyond their narrative need. The dialogue, which should have been witty and insightful, often feels overly simplistic or didactic. The film tries to convey deep messages about faith, purpose, and free will, but does so in ways that feel too safe or spoon-fed. Critically, the fantasy element, the central gimmick of meeting God, remains underused. Beyond the initial surprise, God becomes more of a passive observer, and the story relies heavily on predictable emotional beats rather than exploring the full creative possibilities of divine interaction. What could have been a sharp satire or a deeply profound narrative ends up being a mild, feel-good tale. Moreover, the supporting characters are barely fleshed out. The people Jiho encounters on his journey serve more as moral checkpoints than as dynamic individuals, and some of the film's more interesting threads, like Jijo's artistic past or spiritual doubts, are left underdeveloped. Despite these flaws, written and directed by God is not without merit. It is a well-intentioned film, earnest in its desire to deliver a message of hope and introspection. It may not have the punch of a true classic or the wit of a tight screenplay, but it offers a comforting experience, especially for audiences who enjoy slow-burning dramas with a gentle philosophical touch. A warm-hearted concept with solid performances, but a meandering script and missed opportunities dilute its divine promise.
Hope you like the video. See you with another interesting video. Bye then, signing off from Black and Blank.